And another Fox News alert, day 3 of the partial government shutdown. After meeting over the weekend, the Senate was adjourned until Thursday. Majority Leader Mitch McConnell urging some level of compromise.
The president, from whom we will need a signature, and Senate Democrats, from whom we will need votes, reach an agreement. No procedural votes, no test votes, just a meaningful vote on a bipartisan agreement whenever that is reached. And it's my hope that it's reached sooner rather than later.
Our Ellison Barber is at the White House tracking all of this. And Ellison, is the White House still saying they must have that $5 billion for border security or no deal?
Well, they've come down from that number a little bit. We've repeatedly heard the White House say, they've been saying it all weekend, that they need $5 billion for border security and some sort of physical barrier. Senior administration officials briefed reporters on Saturday and said that that was what they expected from Congress. But of course, things move pretty fast around here. And with 24 hours of that official briefing, reporters, Vice President Mike Pence and Budget Director Mick Mulvaney were on their way to Capitol Hill to meet with Democratic Senator Chuck Schumer and give him a counter offer. The White House says that offer is somewhere between $1.3 billion and $5 billion.
The ball is in the Senate's court. Of course, keep in mind, any bill that comes out of the Senate on this topic will have to have 60 votes, so they'll have to have Democrat support. They are at 1.3 yesterday. We were at $5 billion a couple of days ago. We moved off of the 5. We hope they move up from their 1.3.
A Democratic source tells Fox News the latest offer from the White House is $2.1 billion for border security, and that includes new fencing plus $400 million for other immigration priorities. Mulvaney says it is possible that this shutdown will go into the new year. Anita?
Okay, and when the White House says they want a physical barrier, we've seen the president tweet out photos of sort of something with slats. Is that more amenable to the Democrats? Do you think they might go for something like that?
Yeah, well, we've heard back and forth this idea that really everything is a game of semantics when it comes to this particular fight, that the White House, the president says he needs a wall, that Democrats don't want a wall, but now the White House says it's really more so a steel slat barrier. They're calling it a fence, a physical barrier. The president tweeted this photo last week, and the White House describes it as a steel slatted fence. They say this is what they want to build, and that they have told the Democrats this is exactly what they want to build. The White House claims that Democrats have supported this sort of thing in the past with the Secure Fence Act, that at best they are playing a game of semantics and saying they won't agree to a wall, but don't consider the steel slats to be a, quote, wall at worst. The White House says this is all about politics for Democrats. The president tweeting this morning, quote, virtually every Democrat we are dealing with today strongly supported a border wall or fence. It was only when I made it an important part of my campaign because people and drugs were pouring into our country unchecked that they turned against it. Desperately needed. Democrats, of course, say this is all about politics for the president and that he is throwing a temper tantrum and playing politics at the taxpayers' expense.